Welcome to the Good Games Podcast, episode 187. This is a show where we talk about video games and game-related things. My name is Frank from Palmento, and I'm your host. And as always, I'm joined by the co-host of the show, Alex Nunez. What's happening, man?
How's it going, man? We're doing a show. It's fun.
Yeah. So I had to apologize to everybody for last week that unfortunately, we had to miss an episode, or we had to miss a week. And as per the norm, we usually make up with another episode, but that's not going to be the case this time. This was just the first time in 187 weeks that we just 188 weeks that we missed one. Come on, we've been doing all right before then. Yeah. So, give us a break. All right.
We're doing really good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, but, I mean, you could just, be honest with the people and just tell them you just threw a temper tantrum because Dragon Ball wasn't out at the time we were supposed to record last week.
Oh my God, dude. No. That's another story. Oh my God. But yeah, so we're back. We're back as
Hooray!
Usual. And I mean, it's no secret what game I'm going to be talking about, but what's been going on with you, man?
I'm trying to remember. It's been like 2 weks. Not much different, really. Doing the same old.
He said it's been 2 weeks. I heard that dig. I know you. I know you very well. I heard that dig in there. He's like, it's been a long time. It's been like 14 days.
Listen, after a certain time, my memory just doesn't care anymore. It's just like this redundant data. I don't need to keep it in there anymore. My brain, after doing this for so many years, it's just like, after a week, I don't need to keep this information anymore. Just throw it out.
Well, that's comforting. So,
but yeah, I've been playing some HQ still, and still haven't won any money. I'm a little disappointed.
I'm sorry to hear that. So how's that been going? Is it still like thousands of people that sign on every time?
Yeah, like hundreds of thousands. Typically
Christ.
at night or during the weekends, you'll easily see over 1 million people playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now, I think this is new too, but they just started, I think on Sunday nights, they're giving out $15,000.
Yeah, that'll get people running.
Which is much more than the regular 2,000. And the first time that I played in one of those games, I got knocked out very early. But they also increased the number of questions to 15 questions instead of 12 to make it a little more difficult. But that first run of $15,000, 7 people won.
Wow!
So they each got a little over $2,000 a piece.
Yep.
That was like, wow. Could have been me, but I wasn't smart enough.
Could have been you.
Could have been. But yeah.
Could have been you.
Yeah. I guess also I should mention I've been hanging out with some pals of ours. They're recently doing some Twitch streaming. Guys over at Geek Mythology Crafts, and actually popped
really cool.
to Mark's stream. He still regularly streams over at twitch.tv/McNooks. Hung out with the man there and chatted with him. But I think the Geek Mythology crew, they just kicked off their little stream thing. So I was like checking that out, and they got a good setup. I'm like, all right, this is very cool.
Wow. You've been busy.
I mean, I'm just watching other people do Twitch stuff. I mean, I don't know if you want to call that busy. But okay.
I mean,
I'll take it.
Man, I go missing for 1 week and he's like, well, I went to hang out with these other people and these other people. And I'm like, Jesus. I mean, so bad.
Frank, if you were paying attention to the social medias, you'd be in the loop.
I am. And I've been meaning to, visit the channels, but I'm not much of a stream person. I'm not much of a person that does it regularly, but I do want to really badly.
Mm-hmm.
Show support and all of that.
It's fun to, jump in the chat and, mess around with people, talk to them, see what's going on, and interact with them in that way.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Vil was actually playing some Hitman at
cool.
my suggestion, which I didn't think she was going to take seriously, but she did.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So she downloaded the demo and played that, and she did really well, although she keeps saying she did horribly, but the game just did a bad job of telling her certain things, such as, hey, maybe you should put away your gun when you're not disguised as like security guards, because, that might raise some suspicions.
Suspicion, yeah.
But yeah, it was fun to see that happen. I also saw her play some Doki Doki Literature Club, which
cool.
She had a cool setup because the second time she streamed that, she had one of those like face rig type things where she was replaced by like a 3D avatar that moved and animated as she was talking. So I was like, holy shit, the anime boy is real. I'm like, oh my God. So they're doing some cool and inventive things there. So yeah, check those out. I'll probably link them in the show notes of this episode just to show some support and love. And if you do pop over, tell them that we sent you.
Yeah. Look at you. It's making friends and hanging out with existing friends. And well, I see what's going to happen. See what's going to happen if things go south. God. It's like the second I'm gone, Alex is like, well, I'm free. Hey guys, what's going on?
It's hilarious because I think it was that day that we were supposed to record last week. I was asked like, hey, do you want to help me out with the Hitman stuff? I'm like, sure. Not today though, because I'm supposed to record, and then it never happened.
I feel awful. I do.
Don't. It's whatever, man.
I'm glad it worked out for you.
It would have happened regardless, even if we did record. But
yeah, I'm glad it all worked out for you.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so let's while I'm feeling terrible about myself about missing last week's episode.
I don't know why. Like seriously, there's no reason for you to feel bad.
I'm a man of conviction, and I feel like I need to, with this pattern, this routine that we've developed for the past 3-4 years, right? Like,
good Lord,
like this pattern that we've developed, that like I feel like we should just like follow through, be consistent every single time. But unfortunately, something came up, so I couldn't make it. So therefore, couldn't record. But don't worry, I'll be here. I'm not gonna miss anything anymore, ever.
Oh man, wow! Doubling down, making big promises on record too.
Yeah, well, at least for the duration. So we'll see what happens. But all right. So let's. Damn it! I feel so awful. All right, let's get started with what we've been playing. Let's start the show regularly as we normally do. So you're up first. So tell us about what you've been playing these past few weeks. God, I hate saying that, weeks.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Like it's
been so
a regular
long.
Thing.
Most of what I've been playing is still not as much as maybe I'd used to, but a bunch of Street Fighter V Arcade Edition still. Still participating in like tournaments and stuff, just with like friends and peoples that I play fighting games with. Nothing like high stakes or anything like that, but I've been playing that game a bunch, and not a lot of just arcade, like the new features that are in Arcade Edition. Although I have been doing some of the fight money stuff, like they just they put out the golden Shadowloo guys that you can
you earn extra fight money.
Yeah, you get a good chunk of fight money from fighting them, but of course you have to pay some amount of fight money to fight them in the first place, and I think you have up to 3 tries or 3 attempts to beat them. But they're pretty easy to, at least the first set. I don't know if they get more difficult over time, but they have like some schedule out there as to when these guys are supposed to appear and how much fight money you can earn. But when you do beat them, you do get more fight money than what you put in. So overall, it's a profit, but it still doesn't, feel good that you have to pay money and could potentially lose out on that money if you just, I don't know, just plan.
Just lose.
Yeah, and I don't know what like if there's going to be a standard for difficulty level on these guys, because they started off with Shin Akuma, and that was a kick in the teeth, and so far everything else besides that has been okay. I don't know. And then they announced those, I don't know if you saw it, but the Monster Hunter costumes for certain characters.
Right. Ryu and Sakura, I think.
No, it's Sakura? What? I don't remember. No, it's Ibuki, Mika, and Ken.
Oh, okay.
They're the ones that get the Monster Hunter themed stuff, but
sorry, I'm thinking of Monster Hunter World.
Oh,
Monster Hunter World, they have costumes for Ryu and Sakura.
Right.
Maybe Ken, I think, but yeah.
But Street Fighter V is getting Monster Hunter themed costumes for certain characters in the game, which I think is going to work the same way that the Beautiful Joe thing is working right now, where like every week you have to get a piece of the costume. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's interesting that they're doing stuff with it. It just sucks that everything else got like the fight money that you would normally earn has gotten like knocked down a bit and
nerfed.
It's damn
nerfed or nothing. Yeah, it seems a little. I mean, I guess people were glad that you were able to earn fight money at all, like through more means than the normal ways.
Yeah.
With the weekly missions and daily missions and stuff like that. But yeah, this new way is a little weird. I think it's just something that people just have to get used to. But hopefully that just means that Capcom just dishes out more fight money so that, there's more to spend on like things like the extra battle stuff, Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping for. That's my only concern, because I'm still like basing my knowledge about this based on what they've done in the past, and there wasn't a lot of fight money support back then. Mm-hmm. So who knows what it looks like the rest of the year, but yeah, it is cool that you do have the option to just not pay money, and you could potentially earn characters completely for free,
right?
Without having to pay a dime. But
right now, you kind of, I guess, in order to win big, you just have to kind of like gamble a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's the way it is, I guess.
Yo, actually, I was playing Arcade Edition a few weeks ago, and yo, fucking. So, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. If you beat arcade mode with like, certain requirements, like if you get this certain amount of perfects and you end every match with a special or almost every match with a special and blah, 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 that you fight Shin Akuma at the end. Is that right?
I guess it depends on which path you're playing. I don't remember offhand.
Because it happened to me in two different paths. It happened to be in Street Fighter Alpha's path.
Okay.
And it happened to me in Street Fighter 3's path.
Okay.
So, because I know Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, they had Shin Akuma in that game. And in Alpha, of course, that's where he debuted.
Right.
So yeah, I did all these requirements and stuff, and then, here comes a new challenger after you beat, Bison, or you beat whoever the last person is, like from Street Fighter 3.
Uh-huh.
And it's fucking Shin Akuma. How do I know it's Shin Akuma? Because he was fucking crazy. Like, he was fucking nuts. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, this guy, just crazy damage, really awesome speed, priority, just like... read your button inputs. It was just all bad.
All his moves recover so fast. He can cancel pretty much anything into anything else. It's fucking bananas. He's a cheater.
And at first I was just like, is this regular Akuma? Because I don't know. and then he like, as soon as I thought it, he jumped up in the air and shot those two fireballs, and I'm like, this is Shin Akuma.
Yep.
I'm like, this is what everyone's talking about. So, and you know what? I almost beat him. I went one round with him, and then I was just about to KO him on the last round, and you know what he fucking did? Raging Demon.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he caught me with it, and I was like, I saw it coming, and I jumped, and I didn't jump. I was just like, nope, and I got all 30 hits. I'm like, fuck, okay.
And it does like crazy damage.
All the
too.
Damage, yeah. It does like your entire life bar, basically.
It's like 70%. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I was well below 70% by that point, so it was really unnecessary. Just putting that out there is really unnecessary, but it just reminds me of the stuff that you were, the jokes that you were telling me about that people online were saying.
Yeah.
About like how Akuma went for a raging demon and he jabbed me on the way in.
Oh, he teleported out. He got jabbed out of it or something stupid. Like, what? None of this makes sense. This is not like real. What?
Like Shinakuma whiffed a Shoryuken and he crush countered me. I'm like, what does that mean?
I know, right?
But when you told me that, and I'm like, it can't be that bad, and then I fought him. I'm like, okay, it's like, I mean, that what they were saying was ridiculous, but it's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah,
like it's pretty fucking bad. Like he's a beast.
Yep. You think you get the read on the fireball and like, oh, I can jump in. I'm like, nope,
nope. Oh, he's quick with that Shoryuken, man. Always connects it. Always connects that Shoryuken and always does the Tatsumaki into Shoryuken. Never misses.
Yep. He's like, godlike.
Yeah, I'm going to beat him now. I was so close. The second time, not so good. But the first time, I was almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like one more hit. Like one more like hard punch or hard kick. I would have done it. But nah, Raging Demon, he's like, nope.
Yeah. I think it took me like 3 or 4 tries when he was in the extra battle. But that was also only 1 round, so that might have been a little bit easier.
Oh, okay.
But he starts off with full meter, so he could do God. Raging Demon right out the gate.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That sounds like Guilty Gear bosses, like Guilty Gear Gold version bosses, where they start out with no meter, but like they also have meter regain, and they also basically any little thing they do, the meter just shoots right up to full.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're doing like specials on top of specials on top of specials, and it doesn't fucking matter because the meter just keeps filling up. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, man, the possibilities having a full meter at the start.
Yeah. With all that recovery, too, it's like, whatever. Yeah. I can do anything I want.
Increase strength, increase defense, increase speed.
Yeah.
Double fireballs that just lock you down. Unless you have a character with a unique V-trigger that can get you out of that. But even still, V-trigger takes a while to build up. So,
yeah. Actually, speaking of V-triggers, I didn't expect this at the beginning, but man, Guile's V-trigger 2 is pretty damn good.
What is his V-trigger 2?
He does the
the kick sonic boom, right?
Yeah. Well, he does his flash kicks are enhanced, and they throw like a sonic boom. If he doesn't connect with the opponent, he just throws a little sonic boom from his feet from the flash kick.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah.
So you like that more than the first V trigger?
Yeah, I'm running it almost exclusively now.
Nice.
Which is surprising to me, but it's just very nice to like once you do get a flash kick when you're in V trigger, you can just tack on some extra damage at the cost of 1 bar, which comes in handy in certain situations. So I was like, oh man. And if you space it right, you can make flash kicks safe as well because of that boom that comes out after it.
Yeah, projectile. So I was wondering, actually, are V reversals the same all around? Like their V reversal animation hasn't changed, right?
They're pretty much the same unless maybe certain characters got like balanced with their V reversals, but they should all be the same.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if the V reversal changed with the different V trigger.
No, they should all be the same no matter what V-trigger you're in.
Okay.
Again, unless something changed with like the overall like balance patch.
Yeah, I don't like Balrog's V reversal 2. I'm just
it's bad.
Yeah, and they also nerfed the shit out of his V trigger 1. They nerfed the shit out of it, and I'm like, ugh. I'm like, it's practically no combo potential for it anymore. I mean, of course, you can do it the old-fashioned way by linking, but it's like the before with like, you could do, down heavy punch and then Shoryuken and then start going to town. But now you can't even connect that anymore.
Damn.
And yeah, it's completely gone. Trust me, I tried a million times and it doesn't work. So I'm like,
Yeah, he's one of the ones where like his V Trigger 2 seems like one of the most useless ones.
It's lame. Yeah.
In the game.
I mean, it's basically a command grab, but even still, it's like you can't do anything. You can't really do much from it.
Yeah, its main thing is that you get a hell of stun off of it, but that's only really if you have like your opponent is if you want to stun them and they have, some amount of stun, then that's the only use case for it really, but that's why would you do that to the man? Yeah.
I mean, most likely I think people are sticking with this V trigger, separating reversal V trigger 1, but it's heavily downplayed now.
Yeah.
Cuz all the combo possibilities from that launcher, that was where he really started to shine, cuz once they were in the air, it was like fine, you can do EX Grand Blow into Buffalo Rush into turnaround punch, or not turnaround punch, the KKB punch.
Yeah.
And then you do EX dash straight. But now it's like down, it's like the only thing you really can do is down middle punch and then start dash straight. Or you can try for the Grand Blow, the EX Grand Blow, but it's not that fast. So
yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, it sucks. Sucks, but I mean, I understand Balrog needed it. He needed it because he was fucking ridiculous.
I don't know that he needed it to that extent.
Not to that extent, but he needed somehow to get a nerf. But he got beat hard with the stick.
You know who really needed a nerf? Abigail. But they buffed the shit out of him, boy. I was like, what? Why would you do that?
What's his V trigger 2 now?
He has a charge rush, so you hold the V trigger, and he basically charges like maybe like 3/4 of the length of the screen, and that motherfucker's tall, so it's basically a full screen wall coming at you that is fully armored when it's fully charged up.
Oh boy,
it's fucked up.
Can't do a goddamn thing except maybe a command grab,
or a regular throw works, but you have to time it especially well. You can jump over it, but again, because he can hold it, the timing becomes a little weird. So you have to make sure you got the right read on when he's going to do it. But there are ways around it, but it just, looking at it, it's like, it seems like the most broken thing. I'm like, why would you do that to the man? He's got so many tools already. He's got like the most health in the game, and he does the most damage out of anybody. It's like,
yep.
Oh well. Just have to adapt and work around it, but that's what it is. I'm just happy Guile is pretty much untouched, except for his V Trigger 2, which seems to maybe make him better. I don't know, but I am not complaining.
I tried Ryu's V Trigger 2 and Ken's V Trigger 2. So I don't like I don't like the Shinryuken. I don't know why. It just doesn't work for me.
Well, it's not like what you would expect from a Shinryuken. You'd expect it to use like as an anti-air or something, but it's pretty much just used to like extend combos. Right.
It's weird.
And if you do the full thing, you can combo into critical art.
Right. But always before you leave the ground. But then I like Ryu's V Trigger too with the parrying. I think that's really, really cool. And that you could just do it multiple times and parry multiple things.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, some people got interesting things, and some. I think the only other one that I can think of that maybe their new V trigger is probably not as useful is probably Zeku. Yeah, I think it gets like a DP reversal maneuver.
Okay.
Which I don't know that he necessarily needed. Maybe like it's for the young version because the young version doesn't have a reversal. But Old Zeku already has a reversal, so I don't know how much that was needed, but maybe for certain matchups it might be useful.
All right, I'm kind of thinking that I remember doing like Ed's trial, like third set of trials, and I remember really kind of liking like what they had to offer. Like I like his V Trigger too. I just don't remember what it did.
I think it makes his little like Psycho Snatcher thing better, or he has a better version of that.
Oh, right. I think. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's the one that. Yeah, that's right. You have more combo potential with the Psycho Snatcher.
Yeah.
So if you like knock a person up in the air, then you actually have the potential to like take them and bring them down to you, or you go up to them and then you can do more stuff.
Yeah.
With the snatcher, but I think primarily it's bring them down to you, and then you can combo into like critical from there.
Yeah, he's got some ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, Ed's. I like Ed. I liked Ed. I kind of wish he was received a little better, or they kind of put a little more work into him. But I like him a lot. I like the way he plays.
Yeah, he's one of the better characters that was introduced.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think for me, that's pretty much what I've been doing with Street Fighter, at least. Just, doing a bunch of ranked and casuals and stuff, and flashing kick people in the face because it's hilarious. I've also spent some time with Hitman again, because, again, they're still doing the elusive target stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me try and bang out every single one of these motherfuckers that I can. And at least the last two that are currently happening, like the last one and then the one that's currently active right now, I don't love those. They seem kind of like blasé, because the one that happened, I think, like last week or so was, I'm trying to remember what the name of it was, but it was some recording artist, and he's some cocky little kid, and he has some party over in the Paris level. But all he does is he hangs out in a very small, closed-off section of that map, and I don't think he ever leaves that area. So I was like trying to do something sort of like fun and interesting. I was hoping to maybe get him away from there, but I couldn't figure out like a way to do that. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to snipe you from the other side of the map. And that was it. And I was like, oh man, I was just a little disappointed. There wasn't a lot going on with that one. And then the one that's happening right now seems to be sort of similar. There's a guy in like a parking garage, and he's a gun runner, and he's got his whole entourage of like soldier guys around him, and I don't think he ever leaves that area either. So I really want to get like more silent assassin killings on these elusive targets, because you get rewarded if you do a certain amount of them with a silent assassin ranking, which you have to do by killing the target without anybody seeing you and without anybody finding the body. So you have to kind of like, there's a lot of stuff you got to do, and I'm like, I played that mission just for like reconnaissance. So I've seen the area, I kind of see what is possible, so I just have to go back in there and figure out a way to do the damn deed. But yeah, it was also my first time kind of messing around with that third area, the Marrakesh level. It's I'm still impressed every time I see a new level of that game. There's so much going on. It's like you start off like in this a bazaar, and there's like just hell of people all over the place, and I'm like, god damn, this thing is fucking huge. There's people everywhere, and there's so many things I can do, and I can go on the rooftops, and there's a Swedish consulate that's got has stuff going on over there. There's just so much going on those levels. It's so much fun. I love Hitman. I will continue to love Hitman as I continue to kill the rest of these elusive targets one by one.
Yeah. No, the game is very impressive as far as like level layout and design, and what you can actually do. Yeah. Like you can do so much in so many different ways.
Yeah, that's my favorite part, is that they just like there is that hardcore aspect of the game where you can just like, do it all in your suit, never change disguises or anything, go in super stealth and kill the targets without anybody ever finding you, and that's cool and all. I don't necessarily have fun with like that, like high level stuff, but the fact that they put in so many different things for so many different like kind of play styles and fun ways to kill the targets and ridiculous ways, like in the Marrakesh level, there's a challenge to drop a toilet on one of the target's heads and kill them that way. So I was like, right, I want to see how I can do that. So yeah, I love just, they have fun with the game, and I like that a lot because it brings joy to my life just to,
figure out to kill people with toilets and
and drown them
from across the map.
or dress up as their masseuse and then show up to their massage appointment and, maybe give them a little deep tissue around the neck area.
Like snap.
Yeah, that game is great. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing for the most part. Aside from maybe what you've also been playing, but we can talk about that. So what have you been up to, Mr. Frank?
Yeah, man. So it's that time.
Yep.
Game I've been looking forward to for like 6 months has finally come to be. I've been playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. Damn, why wouldn't I want to play that game? That game from when they announced it, and it was such a quick turnaround too. But I'm pretty sure they were working on it well before. But like from the time it was announced, like there's just been there's so many like really interesting things about the game, and that you will notice, especially if you're a fan of the show. You're like, whoa. Like this is all good, like as far as like for fans of the show. For fighting game fans, they'll be like, whoa, it's all good, but they might find problems that the fans might not care for. So, but Dragon Ball FighterZ, right? Yeah. Oh my God. So I played the shit out of the beta. I was one of the lucky people that did not get kicked out every 5 seconds of the beta. So I was able to get a lot of matches there. And then the game comes, and I'm like, this isn't real. This isn't real. This is amazing. And I just start playing, and I start labbing it up, and I start trying all the characters. And like the game has the sort of thing, like it's so simple, it's genius. So it's really simple to play and pick up. It even helps you out with auto combos. Yeah. But when you start to really, really look at the game like a little bit deeper and a little bit longer, you start to understand that the game is super fucking deep, like super interesting and super intricate. And like there are so many things that you just have to like, that people are discovering and that you will discover on your own. And you're like, what? That works or that doesn't work? Or, oh my God, I didn't know that was possible. It's fucking crazy. Crazy, the possibilities of things that you can do. Now, let me refer to like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, because it's a game that's very similar as far as like, if you can think it, you can do it, right? But I feel like the presentation of this game is what people wanted out of like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, right? And with the presentation of this game, like this game is like, because this game is basically a Marvel vs. Capcom game, but with Dragon Ball characters. Yep. And I fucking love it. Like, I fucking love it. Like, every fucking, like, character in this game, it's like, yeah, everybody basically has the same moveset. And getting to the moves, talking about the moveset really quickly, basically everybody has the same moveset, the same move list. With some outliers, there are some people who are like, different kinds of characters. Like Hit is a very technical character. Android 16 is a command grab character, and so they're a little bit different. But everyone, for the most part, has like very similar movesets. They have like one forward fireball move, one backwards fireball move, and they have the same thing with their specials: one forward, one backward special. And then you have some characters that have more than 2 specials, like Goku Black has 3 specials. And, so even with everyone's similar moveset, you start to see like how they work within the battle system that is already established overall. And man, Alex, man, I'm fucking like racking my brain trying to think of new shit. And this is a good thing. It's not like I'm struggling. No, I'm just constantly like, it seems like my brain is like on overload, like just I'm thinking of all this new shit I can do. And I just found out these fucking things the other day, like 2 days ago, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know you could fucking do that. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking practice this, and I'm gonna start using this. Like I could tell you what it is. Let me tell you what it is. Are you ready?
Yeah,
you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. So I didn't know if you knew this. If you did, great. If you didn't, you're about to mind blown, right? Uh-huh. So you know how normally you can, if you're doing a special with someone, a super move with someone, right?
Yeah.
If you press any of the assist buttons, the next character comes out and does their special, right?
Yep.
Really, really easy, right? Do you know that you can start have a character come in and do a special from a combo?
Like a level 1 special?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can have someone, so if you're doing a regular combo, like a regular couple of hits to the character, you can have another character come in and do a fucking super.
Did you know you can also have them do a level 3?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
did you know you can
I wasn't aware of at first. I was like, wait, what? You can do that? What? Okay.
So did you also know that you can do a level 3 from doing a super move, a regular level 1 super move? You can have the next character do a level 3.
Oh, really? Off of a super level 1 super?
Off of a regular super, yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yes, you can. Yes,
How do you do that?
So if you're doing a special, like say you're doing Vegeta's Big Bang Attack, right?
Yeah.
So the Big Bang Attack, like, while that's happening, just do a backwards fireball with the assists that you want to call out.
Oh, okay. This is a similar thing. You have to like cancel it?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, right. So you basically have up until like if you have like a longer special like Goku's Kamehameha, right? You basically have all the way up until the last hit of the animation.
Okay.
To call in the special. So like trust me, I've been doing a whole lot of Super Kamehameha into Vegeta Final Flash. Screen filling awesomeness, and I'm like, this is all good.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm doing a whole lot of that. It's
egregious use of meter. Let's spend it all.
Yeah, why the fuck not? If you're desperate, or if you feel like you're at a huge advantage and you have the meter to spare, then go for it.
Yeah.
I also didn't know, and it's like there's like intricate shit like that with like each character too. Like for example, I also did not know that Adult Gohan. So Adult Gohan has a gimmick. I'm not sure if you're aware, but he has this gimmick where he charges himself up.
Yeah.
Right. So every time you do that special, it's like a wave blast, and he charges up. Did you know if you hold the button down, he charges up? He uses up all the meter and charges all the way up.
Okay.
So you use up all the meter, which I think they need to kind of change that because that's a hell of a gimmick. But fucking shit, Gohan, Adult Gohan in this game, to me, he's a fucking beast. Like, he is fucking ridiculous. He's my anchor. And there have been times, and I told you about this right before we recorded, but this also happened very regularly with me, where I'd get destroyed, right? I get destroyed. My first two characters gone in almost an instant. And Adult Gohan is there, and I will fucking come back and either nearly win or win with just one character versus the other person's 3.
Jesus.
Fucking, so yeah, man, like if you have the meter to spare and you're Adult Gohan, I'm like, why not? Because to be honest, his level 3 is kind of shit. Like, yeah, it's easily, if you see it coming, you can just vanish behind it, because it has that much of a startup time. Yeah. So his level 3 sucks, but the key for him, man, is his hand-to-hand shit. The key for him is charging himself up. So I think I had a match earlier today with this person where I burned 6 bars on charging him up to level 6. And you know what? I was cool with it because what happens when Gohan charges up, everything about him changes. So first of all, his auto combo changes. His square auto combo changes. So it's not the same auto combo from previous. When you power it up, it's different. Wow. Then, yeah, like completely different. It adds like 4 or 5 more hits on the ground, and then it goes up to the air and does whatever. So there's that. Then the really cool thing about that is that he can also basically now he's like in Ganejin mode or Jury's mode, where she can basically fuck with the combo system. Yeah. And basically do anything into anything.
He gets V-ism.
That's Gohan.
Custom combos. Jesus.
That's Gohan. Like, fuck it. He can do like hard punch to light punch to medium punch to light punch to hard punch to whatever.
Wow.
He can do it all. And it all works. It all fucking works. So I'm just like, yo, holy shit, this is fucking kind of fucking really deep for just one character.
Uh-huh.
You know? Like, it's fucking crazy. So many things to discover and so many new things. And
although part of me is mad like they don't spell some of that stuff out in the game.
They don't. I'm kind of mad too, but I'm not that mad about it because I think like this is what they wanted. Like the joy I'm feeling from discovering this shit is like awesome. It's like amazing. I love this feeling of like, holy fuck, I didn't know that. Or they want you to discover it like if someone does it to you, you know, and then you're like, wait, how did you do that? And then you fucking go back to the lab and you study how to do it. And you're like, oh, that's how they did it. What? That's fucking crazy.
I actually just found something out recently that I'm curious if it's in the command list, but did you know like for regular Vegeta, you can aim his Big Bang down?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
You can
I was like,
downwards.
What?
Yeah, it's the same. So a lot of characters have that ability. So basically, instead of doing the special with
the Dragon Rush button?
R1 with the Dragon Rush button, you do it with the dash button.
Yeah.
And some characters have different properties, like Goku. Easiest example. Instead of with doing it with the Dragon Rush button, you do Kamehameha straight.
Yeah.
But if you do it with the dash button, he does a teleport behind the person and then does it.
Oh.
And then that's very useful in a combo that I kind of made up myself. You know, I like to think I made it up myself because I haven't seen anyone else doing it. Haven't seen anyone else do it yet. So yeah, I made it up. No, I definitely didn't. But like. It involves like vanishing and dragon rushing and then using that to get the jump on the character while like you're dragon rushing them in midair in the combo. And it works. So like that, so there's that, like, you know, and so for example, Android 16, right? His he has 3 specials. And it's not Android 16. He does have 3 I think he has 3 specials. Okay. He has 2 different level 3s and he has a level 1. And one of the level 3s involves the dash button. And I think that's the suicide one.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you've ever seen it, but
I might have.
Oh my god, it's devastating. It's fucking devastating. It's an instant KO for the character for the character that gets it done, but Android 16 seriously hurts himself.
Is it only level 3, not level 5?
It's level 3.
Oh,
yeah, it's level 3. Yeah,
I would expect something like that to be a level 5.
Yeah, level 5. Yeah, and then there's also shit like that too, right?
Yeah.
So, like fucking burning more levels to power up your specials mid special.
Hold that button down.
Yeah,
burn that meter
down. Like Super Saiyan Blue, Goku and Vegeta have that. You know, where Vegeta has his final flash, where you burn the final flash, and then he does like more.
Yep.
Afterwards, Goku does this Kaioken, Super Kaioken, and then he does like a Shin Shoryuken afterwards to burn 2 more levels.
Teen Gohan. Does the, father son Kamehameha, and then just powers it up even much more. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, man. I'm just like, yo, it's like this. All of this shit is so cool. Like, it's so awesome. And you know what? I will say for the game, man, the frame rate is beautiful. I have not seen any hiccups whatsoever in frame rate. Like, it runs smooth as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, and it looks beautiful. Like, it's just the same art style, cell shading style with Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Absurd. So, yeah, it's... Man, I'm so impressed by this game. But now let's talk about the bad stuff.
Yeah, let's get the bad, all of the bad shit. God damn.
Because it's not perfect. Not perfect. So the first thing I noticed when I got the game, I was like, yeah, let's play Dragon Ball, right? So I get home. Why the fuck? So if you played the beta, you noticed that in the beta they kind of just threw you into a lobby. And then you just kind of had to like figure shit out on your own, you know, kind of just like fight people, you know, and walk around, and you know, that's fine. It's a beta, it's a lobby or whatever. Why the fuck is it that when you first start the normal game up, it's the same shit? And I'm like, there are no menus.
They throw you into a lobby.
Nothing. They throw you into a lobby and you just kind of have to like walk around and figure all the stuff out. All the shit that you'd get, like arcade mode, story mode, all of that stuff is in the lobby. Yeah. And I'm like, what? I'm like, this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
But then, then you're like, okay, that's okay. I can get used to it. It's kind of like jarring,
Yeah.
But I can get used to it. But then you're like, all right, you know what? Let's try to play online against some people. And you're gonna have a fucking hard time.
Well,
trying to get matches.
You'll have a hard time playing with your friends specifically. But,
yeah,
ranked and casual seem to work okay.
They work better. They work better than trying to match up with your friends. But it's like simple things. Like people want to play with their friends. They don't want to jump online and get wrecked. They want to jump online with their friends, that they can just like learn together or play together to have fun.
Yeah.
And like, your friend will be standing right there. Your friend could live fucking down the street from you.
Uh-huh.
And they set up a lobby, which is like a ring per se.
The thing is, you also have to make sure that you both are in the same lobby. So you have to coordinate that because... For whatever reason, I remember, I think you texted me that day. I was like, can't you just send me an invite? And I'm like, Frank,
no.
I wish I have to like sit you down and explain the whole situation. Because I had like spent most of that afternoon just like trying to set like rooms up with people. And I'm like, yep, you would think it would be that easy, but it's not.
I'm so shocked they don't have an invite button. Like,
yeah.
Like trying to, why do I have to like coordinate? I mean, yeah, okay, I get it. Communication is key and all of that. But what games in the past have easily said like, hey, why don't I just invite you to my lobby?
Yeah.
And so that you can just come right in and then we can start playing together.
But nope, we have to go to some other public lobby and then make a ring inside of that public lobby. And it's just, and hope that you can get inside of that ring because, I don't know. I'll say 95% of the time, not happening. Although some people have like come up with some workarounds, but for some reason, like a lot of people can't join other people's ring rooms. But I've seen people either restart their game or their console. And sometimes that works. I've heard that some people also have luck changing their fighter name. And I think that kicks them out of the lobby. They get back in the lobby and then it works. I'm like, what? This whole system is fucked up.
It's busted.
Yeah.
It's super busted like that. Like this is, and I said it the other day and I'm going to say it here. This is as bad, if not worse, way worse than Street Fighter V's launch. Like, this is awful. This is terrible. Like, what the fuck were they thinking?
I mean, at the very least, Street Fighter, you could play with your friends online if you wanted to. It's just Street Fighter didn't have, single player content, which this game actually does have.
This game has a lot of single player content, actually.
But the lobby system leaves a whole lot to be desired.
A ton to be desired. Fucking ton to be desired.
It's crazy because they have, its Arc System works. They have the gold standard in Guilty Gear and the way that whole game works, and they could have just copy pasted that over, but nope.
Their net code has always been amazing, which for the most part the net code is pretty good here.
Yeah.
But like you still have a lot of dropped matches for random reasons, and I'm not sure. It could be their servers, it could be the people you're playing with, it could be you. I don't know, but like it seems like I've had some matches randomly drop out on me, and I know for sure I've had rage quitters because there were times where it was not looking good for the other person, and then all of a sudden the connection drops. so it's like I don't understand what was the big deal. Like we could have waited for the game for a little longer for them to kind of like put that in there, and it's not. I don't think it's that difficult to put these little things in there. Where, because I'm sure there's people were saying like, oh, our Arc Systems Works wasn't ready for the millions of people that are playing this game. Fine, that's understandable, but it seems like ranked and casual work just fine.
Yeah.
You know, so why can't we like play, you know, little private rooms with each other, which I'm sure they don't take as much power, you know, or as much bandwidth to do that. You know, so it's yeah, they need to fix this now. Like now, because this is a huge problem.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That like I'm just like, I'm so happy to be playing this game, and I'm so happy to get to play against anyone at all. But like this needs to be fixed right now, just so like people can really start like growing with each other, you know, or having fun, because this is something that's going to just like take the casual players away even faster, because they can't play with their friends. They're just going to be able to, the only thing they can do is jump online on ranked or even casual and get spanked.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like, no, this game, I can't play this game. It's too hard. And then they're gone. And then, you know, that's the player base drops.
I'm curious if it has something to do with like how Guilty Gear worked. Like, I don't know how many people made use of those like big public lobbies, because it seemed like most people just made their own like private lobbies and just use those almost exclusively. So maybe they want to force people to kind of socialize with each other in these bigger rooms. I have no idea.
I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that. It's just that a game on this scale, like, you know, Dragon Ball. There have been fans of Dragon Ball Z and a Dragon Ball franchise in general for forever. Dragon Ball came out in 1989, 89. I thought it was 87.
Maybe Z came out in 89. I forget.
That's possible. I think Dragon Ball came out in 87.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just like people have been fans of this shit for fucking near 30 years.
An entire generation.
30 years. So, like, you know, I'm sure there's still going to be a ton of people that are playing this game, or at least know what this game is, because of the name.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, like, they need to just like fix this. Like, in this day and age, with the way we game now, there aren't arcades anymore because of online gaming. So let's just get with the program. People expected a lot from this game, and this was one of the big things.
Yeah.
I will say, for the most part, I think that Arc Systems Works delivered hand and foot on the game itself.
Yeah.
But they just need to fix the lobbies, man. Like, big time. Like, cause you know, I use, like, when I tried to link up with you the other day and you were like, "Oh, I'm in Asia." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing in Asia?" You know, and I'm like, he's like, "There's nobody here."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh." And so, that's what I've been doing. I've just been going to lobbies in Asia, in India specifically. There's never anyone there, and I don't get kicked out. Anytime I try to go to North America, East Coast, the lobbies are always full. Or if I do get into a lobby, I get kicked out in like seconds.
Really?
So, yeah, I'm having a bad time.
I've done a couple of the East Coast lobbies, and as long as I can get in, I'm usually in there for a while. It just makes it weird that when you do anything else that doesn't require online, like if you do the story mode or something, or you do arcade or like the tutorials and stuff, and once you exit that mode and it tries to send you back to the lobby, chances are the lobby's going to get full, and you're like, okay, I have to go back to a lobby now because I guess that's the thing that the game wants me to do. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah, it is really weird, man. It's also really roundabout too, because you can go to an offline lobby. You can like, you know, you can do everything offline. But the thing is, when the game first starts you off, like you basically go straight to like your region, and if you they don't really spell it out for you. You have to like really look for it, but you see a little icon saying like, "Oh, hit this button to go to the offline lobby." Yeah. So if you select your region and then you go to wherever you'd like to go within that region, then you can't go to an offline lobby from there. You have to exit back to the title and then do it all over again to get to an offline lobby. And I'm like,
yeah, because even if you want to do just like local multiplayer, you have to go into one of the lobbies and then go to the local play area of the lobby to do local play. So it's like, what? This is this whole system is like
it's so busted, man.
bizarre.
It really is. It really is. It's not this game is not perfect just because of that. Like,
yeah,
I think, man, as far as gameplay goes, as far as fighting goes and new discoveries, I'm fucking in love. Like,
yeah,
I fucking love it. I'm enamored with this game. But that the online aspect, like, I want to play online with people, you know. I want to fight the fights, and you know, I get my fix from ranked and casual, but like, I'd like to be able to play against anybody, you know?
Yeah.
Say like one day I'm like, yo, what are you doing tonight? You want to play some Dragon Ball? You know? So it's like, but I can't do that because they haven't fixed this shit yet.
Yep.
You know? But I think as far as the game itself, presentation is fantastic.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful game. Smooth as fuck, super powerful attacks, characters that feel the same, but they're really not the same once you really like look into it.
Yeah.
And
they each have their own unique feel, even though there's some like their universal moves. Like everyone has a universal overhead.
Everyone has a universal
like,
moveset. Yeah. Yeah, everyone has a universal moveset, but then there are even like intricacies within like their basic moves that you can do. Like there's like the mid-air pop-up that you can do, and then you can follow up with dashes. And then double jumping is a very important thing because, you know, if you use a jump in one area, you can't use it again in the second area. And it's awesome. And I love the fucking transitions too, man. Like when you fucking defeat someone with a super or with a hard attack.
Yeah.
And fucking like have them fly into like
a
the
mountain.
Background. Yeah, it's fucking awesome, man.
The mountain explodes.
I love it. Yeah, man. And then there's also when you do it and like you have them like fly through like several mountains, let's say. And then there's the transition where both characters just dash to the next area and the match starts up right away. It's awesome.
It's very cool.
Man, it's so cool. It's so cool. And then there's also like, oh my god, the destructive finishes are amazing. All the supers look so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like there's so much about this game to love, but there's just those little things which are actually really huge flaws that they need to fix it right now. And then I believe people can really get the most out of this.
Yeah. Have you actually messed with the story mode at all?
Yes, I have. I believe I'm like towards the end of the first part of it.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, the Z Warriors part of it. And then I'm going to move on to the second area cuz I'm close because I got to control Cell for one match.
Oh, yeah.
Against Majin 21.
Yep.
So, yeah, I just want to do it just to get her. I've been skipping a lot of shit because I don't care.
Wait, did you not pre-order the game?
I did.
There's you should look on the add-on section of that game because you can download and unlock for 21.
For the game itself or on like the receipt or something?
Oh yeah, you well, I'm not sure how it works if you have the disc version, but I bought digitally so I could just go to the PlayStation Store, look at the add-on section and it was there. Maybe check there anyway.
Okay, I will. I'll do that like immediately after we stop this.
Yeah.
So
because I already have her.
Yeah, man.
And I haven't finished the story at all.
Okay. I'm also gonna play through story for the Zenny. You know, there's also the Z capsule stuff that you can actually unlock everyone's colors in there, and then you know, basically once I get like all the extra stuff like the lobby avatars and stuff like that. Once I get all of that stuff, then they start giving you are the gold coins.
Yeah, and
with the gold coins, that's when you can get some really rare shit.
Okay,
so I'm just gonna hoard up on those gold coins until then.
The main problem I have with the story is that I guess the MacGuffin or the thing that's causing the problem is it feels like I'm playing Metal Gear Solid all over again, where Metal Gear Solid everything is about the nanomachines, and in Dragon Ball FighterZ it's about the waves. What the fuck are the waves? They don't ever explain what the waves are. They just say it like all nonchalant, like, oh, what are these waves for? I'm like, my dude, what the fuck are you talking about? What? You want to specify what kind of wave at least? Are we talking about radio waves, tidal waves? I don't know what the hell's going on. This makes no sense, but everybody's cool with it. Waves, it all makes sense. I swear to God. Like, what?
Hey, man. Just the power of the waves. That's all. It's just the power of the waves.
Oh my god. Yeah, but I don't know. On the one hand, I'm kind of glad it's not like the same old like retelling of the Dragon Ball saga.
Yeah, it's a new story.
But it's still weird that like it basically puts you, the player, in the story because you're a soul that can control all the different fighters.
Other people. Yeah.
Bodies.
Basically.
Because they don't have their energy anymore to fight at full potential. It's so fucking bizarre. So weird.
Yeah. Yeah, the story is bizarre, but the story is a good way to be able to basically control every character.
Yeah.
You know, the way it's set up and the way you can like switch characters in and out and level them up and all of that stuff. So
yeah.
It was because of the story that I was able to like really, really appreciate Tien. Tien is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like he's a fucking beast. Yamcha is too, man.
Good too. Yeah.
I told you Yamcha is gonna be fucking a beast, man. I told you.
Yeah.
I told you, and I'm not disappointed. He fucking feels fantastic to use.
Mm-hmm.
And he's different too. He's different enough. Actually, his moveset is very different from like everyone else's. Like,
yeah, he's
I'm
like
talking
one
about just basic moves.
I don't know if there's any other Rekka characters, but he's like very Rekka based with his main moveset. Or his main special attack.
Yeah. Yeah, like his level 3 is it's definitely like all of his like Rekka moves just put together.
Yeah.
And his level 1 is awesome too. And this, again, it's the intricacies, right? Like I like that him and like a lot of other characters, if you like keep pressing a button with certain specials, you get more.
Yeah.
You know, to come out. But he's the only one that doesn't burn meter. Like Krillin, for example, if you do a Destructo disc,
yeah,
right? If you just do 1, that's fine. That's 1 meter. If you want 3, that's 2 meter. That's 2 bars.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, oh shit. And there are a lot of characters that have like those little intricacies, but him, Yamcha, you can keep pressing the button and that fucking laser will go everywhere and it's just 1 bar.
Jesus.
So I'm like, yo, fucking awesome.
Uh-huh.
I love it. So yeah, man, Yamcha's a fucking beast. Tien is a fucking beast too, man. He's so good.
Spam those tri-beams.
Yo,
damn.
Those tri-beams, shit. The fucking level 3, man, it's fucking shit. The thing is, yo, I wish, and is it just me, but doesn't it hurt him if you keep doing the tri-beams?
I don't think I've noticed.
Because I did it in training to try him out, like after I played a little bit of him in story, and I'm like, hey, he seems pretty good.
Uh-huh.
So then I did the tri-beam, I did the level 3, and I kept I kept doing it. I did it like 5 times, and I noticed that his life was pretty much like all the way down, and I'm like, what?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, does it hurt him? So I have to double check, but I'm not sure.
Wow.
But yeah, because that special is super devastating. Like raw, that special pretty much takes out as much as like Trunks' level 3, or actually more. It takes out like basically like 70% of a person's life.
Wow.
You know, if you do it raw, and it's like holy shit, and you do all 5 beams. So, but the thing is, so I'm like, if it's that devastating, and then I saw his life was down, I'm like, oh, maybe that's the cost.
Uh-huh.
So I gotta double check. Yeah. I gotta double check, and then Chaozu suiciding is also very.
Yeah,
I think it's funny as hell. I'm sorry, I do. It's just funny. He's like Chaozu.
I like how they commit to it too, because once you use that, you don't have Chaozu available in his other moves.
Right.
So I was like, oh, right. Okay, that's cool.
And then there's also, man. Okay, I promise this is one of the last things I want to say about this game. So I'm sure you understood, but in this fucking game, do you know that you can fucking have like special like intros and outros depending on who you start and end matches with?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's fucking awesome.
It's crazy.
It's like straight from the show too. Like if you end with Gohan and Cell, and you end it with the father-son Kamehameha, you get a special outro afterwards. And I'm like, yo! I'm like, it's just like the show!
Uh-huh.
Fucking, you start with Goku versus Frieza. They fucking have this entire dialogue where right after Frieza blows Krillin up.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I'm like, oh shit, it's from the show too. Yo, it's fucking dope, man.
I don't know how many other like specials are affected, but I know like Android 18's level 3 If Krillin is on her team too, Krillin takes 17th place in her level 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's cool.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But he'll do the Kamehameha instead of the whatever android.
The other laser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So much attention to detail.
So much attention to detail, man. It's like, okay, Gotenks, for example, right? Gotenks is another, like, I fucking love Gotenks. I just love Go. I think Gotenks is a crazy good character. They build meter really fast.
Yeah.
So, like, you can just basically spam their level 3. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, though. I think that's the payoff.
Okay.
But Gotenks, right? Like, so Gotenks has his level 3, right? And his level 3 is the volleyball attack.
Yeah.
Right? So he knocks the ball up, and then he teleports and spikes the ball. No, he teleports and lifts the ball, and then he spikes the ball. So if you have certain members on your team, like Piccolo, for example, if you have Piccolo as a member of your team, Piccolo will be one of the people that lifts the ball.
Oh, really? Okay.
Instead of Gotenks, and then Gotenks spikes the ball. I'm not sure if that adds more power or less power. I got to check. But again, it's like, what the fuck? Shit like that. Tiena's the other person, I think. I think it's only those two.
Okay.
But it's like, fucking fuck, dude. So much shit to discover.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I haven't even played like half the villains yet, man. And I'm like, man, this game is going to take over my life. It's really going to take over my life. Yeah.
It's very
good. It's so good.
I like they take some of that.
I wanted.
They do some of that stuff too in the story mode because I guess if you meet certain conditions, like if I guess you have certain people or characters on your team, when you go to fight a specific enemy, you'll get different interactions, like side interactions. They're all optional. They're not like part of like the main storyline or the cutscenes.
Right.
But you'll get like these sort of little things, like little vignettes with these characters that may not always interact with each other in the show, which was kind of cool. Like there was one with like Piccolo and Yamcha kind of going back and forth at it. There was one I really liked with Adult Gohan and Goku and Piccolo were there. And Goku and Gohan they're having this conversation. I forget about what exactly, but Goku threw out the idea like, "Hey, maybe we should like do the fusion dance and power ourselves up that way." And Gohan was all excited and stuff. He's like, "What? You want to fuse with me? That'd be cool." And, like doing the dance and the poses.
I love you. Goku's like, "Whatever."
And then Goku's all like, "Oh, but what would our name be?" And thinking about that. And Piccolo's like, I guess he's reeling back because of the fact that Gohan thinks the fusion dance is cool. I'm like,
yeah,
it's I don't know. It's funny interactions like that are funny, and the fact that they lean into meta DBZ stuff, like how bad of a dad Goku is.
Yeah.
Was
pretty bad.
There was one conversation I remember where somebody was saying Piccolo was a better grandfather than Goku was to Pan. I was like, God damn, this is savage. Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's true though.
It is.
It's true though. It's like, it just reminds me of like a part in the show. Or it's definitely the manga. I remember it was the manga definitely, but like Vegeta, this is when Bulma was pregnant with Trunks, and Vegeta is telling Goku, he's like, I can't go to this thing. I forgot what they were doing at the time. It's gonna kill me. But she's like, I can't fight with you with this person because Bulma's pregnant. And Goku, they were gonna train together. And Goku's like, so you're not pregnant. She's pregnant. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And then he said something specifically about Gohan. It's like, when Chi-Chi was pregnant with Gohan, that didn't stop me from training. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, so bad. He's such a bad dad. Like,
he's the worst.
So bad.
He's the worst.
But yeah, man, like, no, there's a super amount of attention to detail with this game. And I'm definitely glad with what the final product was with this game. They just need to fix that pretty big problem, and I'm sure, I mean, they still, to me, in my opinion, have a fucking winner on their hands. Like, and the DLC potential is very great, so that's also a good thing for the company itself.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing for our wallets, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there's so many things to discover. Like what moves counter what moves, and man, I'm fucking in love with this right now. Like I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm gonna go back and play a couple more ranked matches before bed.
Jesus.
Yeah, just a few more. It's like maybe about like 5 or 10 more. But that's one thing. The matches actually last really long in this game.
Yeah,
depending. Yeah, the matches seem like they take forever. Like probably like I'd say close to 5 minutes each.
Close to an entire episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Or if you're watching Dragon Ball Super, 5 episodes, because apparently every episode, at least in the tournament that they're in now, that every episode basically is 1 minute in the tournament.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, things are moving that fast apparently, or something like that. So
interesting.
Yeah, so it's 5 episodes of Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, no, I love it, man. There's so much more I want to say about it, but I feel like it'll just be me just gushing over it some more. There's so much.
Yeah.
But all right. But I feel like we could stop here for right now.
Yeah.
And just know that I probably will be talking about this again next time. Because there's so many things I want to try.
The waves, they got you.
I guess they did. I guess they did. But all right, man. So, well, I'm glad that you had a good time. A fairly good time with the game.
Yeah.
Despite the online snafus, but all right. So that's it for what we've been playing, and we are going to move into headlines. And before we do, go to innercitygeeks.com where you can follow along with us, as the headlines will be also posted there. Alex is going to be doing the headlines this week, and as punishment for me not being here last week. But he's like, I got this. I'm like, okay. So yeah, Alex is going to take us through. So go ahead, man.
So as usual, as it seems, Nintendo likes to do these Nintendo Directs immediately after we record our episodes. So we're a little over a week late on this, but I don't know. It's such a big announcement. I think we still need to discuss it. But Nintendo had their little Nintendo Direct and they introduced this Nintendo Labo project of theirs, and it looks bananas. If you still somehow know nothing about it, it's basically Nintendo is selling you cardboard boxes that you can fold up into different things and play games with, like, cardboard box toys with the Switch, like, taped to those cardboard box things. So in the video, it's linked in the article that we have here, but they show off some different things, like you can make a cardboard piano and play like piano and make some music with that. And they have like this cardboard robot backpack that you strap onto yourself, and it has like strings kind of tied from the backpack to your arms and your feet, which simulates, you piloting this big giant robot and destroying and punching buildings and shit. They're doing some crazy inventive things with this thing. And I don't know, it's the most like out of left field thing that I think that's come out of Nintendo since maybe like the Wii. But they announced this thing. It is kind of fittingly, it is launching on April 20th of this year for $69. For I think for the base variety pack. That variety pack will include a cardboard house, RC cars, fishing rod, motorbike, and a piano. And then they're gonna have that robot kit. They're gonna sell that separately. That's gonna cost like $79.99. And yeah, that's just the big cool ass robot suit made out of cardboard and whatnot. And each one of those kits will come with its own game cartridge that you kind of slot in, and it looks cool because it seems like you can also alter different things that you can do in the game. So it's almost like this lightweight kind of coding thing where you can play the game, but then you can also make some changes, theoretically at least. So that's what it seems like from the video. But I like the idea of it so far. Other than that, they also mentioned that they're going to sell like these customization things. So like you can buy a customization kit for like $10, which includes like, fun stencils and stickers and colored tape, which, you don't need to buy the Nintendo branded stuff. You could just, it's just cardboard. You could use whatever magic markers and other tape and things and duct tape and whatever you have lying around. So it's just kind of a weird thing that they're tacking on there, but I guess why not? But what are you thinking about this, Frank? This has kind of been blowing up the internet for a while. What were your thoughts on this?
Okay. So the first thing I thought, I'm like, yo, Nintendo did it. Yo, Nintendo done did it. They fucking successfully are going to sell us a cardboard box.
Multiple.
For $70.
Multiple cardboard boxes and make us put it together.
And for $70 and up. Yep. We have to put it together. Mm-hmm. It's just like, yo, they fucking did it. Like, they fucking did what nobody said that anybody could do. Selling a fucking empty box. Like, empty boxes. It's like, what? But real thoughts, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like, this looks like really innovative. Like, this looks really intelligent. And this looks like it's going to... I think this looks like it's going to be something.
Yeah.
As far as, for people who are more creative types and like to build things, I'm sure this is going to be like a fucking dream for some people. Like, this is awesome. It's just, I just can't get around. It's fucking cardboard boxes, man. It's like, what?
Uh-huh.
That we have to put together ourselves. But the thing is, you can put together so many things. And it's like, I'm sure there's going to be more possibilities, more kits that come out.
Or like people just taking the existing kits and adding onto them with like, with their own ideas. Kind
of making like their own freak experiments.
Yeah.
With these things. But it's cool because that's where it brings innovation.
Yeah.
It brings that along, and it's awesome. I think this is going to be great. I think it's going to be absolutely great. I mean, I don't know if it's even going to be available. It's going to be, it's fucking funny as fuck. Like, I'm pretty sure this is going to be sold out. It's like, all right, hey, you got those cardboard boxes from Nintendo? It's like, nah, the cardboard boxes are sold out. We got some regular boxes over there. We got some third-party cardboard boxes over there that you can buy for like $40. He's like, I'm in the brand, but all right, I'll try it.
Uh-huh.
Just turns out to be a cardboard box that doesn't do anything. But yeah, no, this looks like it's gonna be great.
Uh-huh.
And I was also thinking of the song "Living in a Cardboard Box."
Okay,
I love that song. You know that song?
I don't.
You heard that song before? Oh no!
Uh-uh.
Oh my god! It's an old song. It's funny though. but yeah, they done did it, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Nintendo, man. Like what? No, what? I'm like, this idea is so crazy. It just might work.
I think it will work. Yeah, I'm kind of in love with the idea of it because it also caters to that makers market where people are trying to make. Mm-hmm. People are buying like 3D printers and stuff for their kids to kind of teach them how to do stuff in like 3D like CAD software and making and manipulating 3D objects and then make it real. And this is sort of, I guess, caters to that same kind of creativity where you can just, make a thing and manipulate a thing and then also make a game out of it. And I love that it sparks that creativity in kids, and that's going to be cool. Yeah. I'm curious what other applications comes out of this. I'm curious if they also like sell the software separately, so like more intrepid people could just like, I don't know, buy or use their own cardboard from like all their Amazon purchases and just cut out like stencils or shapes or whatever else they need to make the whatever objects that are required for the games. Like, I'm just going to cut out my own piano out of this cardboard box. So yeah, I'm curious what comes out of this, because I'm sure like people are going to just like blow this up like crazy. Man. Beyond what Nintendo ever imagined.
I'm just yeah, it will. I know it will.
Yeah,
I know it will. I'm just kind of thinking like, what was the thought behind this? What was the thought process behind this? Like, who in R&D thought that it was going to be like, hey, this is all cool, but let's not make it technological, or let's not make it have like a shell Let's make it a box.
That's actually very smart because they've sold like plastic shells and shit for like Wii controllers and stuff. That shit all takes up space. Why not have something you can just
that can
throw in recycling?
That can fold up, right?
When you're done
because
with it.
So I understand that. I understand that kind of direction because it's malleable for less of a footprint.
Yeah,
but I'm like, you can just like, people there. I'm sure there would have been people that would have been willing to buy like, the plastic version or a steel version, if anything, of something like this and build it and then keep it wherever, and just have it like just sitting there and as a part of like their space or area or whatever.
But you also want the malleability not just for like the environmental factor. You also want it for the making factor, so that people can do whatever they want with it.
They can do more.
Yeah,
they can do more than just what is given.
They're not just limited to like whatever like plastic or metal shell that you sell them. They can add on to that theoretically.
I guess again. I guess it's just again it's thinking outside the box. I did not intend for that to be.
Yeah, you did.
I did not intend for that. No,
you had that in your pocket for like the past 2 weeks. Come on.
I didn't think of that. but in any case, no, it is really kind of thinking outside the box because of the fact that it's so different. It's like, well, why don't we just move away from what is known and do something different? And fuck, that's where the Wii was born, and the Wii was fucking the biggest selling system of that generation by far.
That's also how the Wii U was born, and we all know how that turned out. Well, but then they did the Switch, and we all know how that turned out well as well. That's turning
out amazing. Yeah. It's like I feel like I kind of also feel like. That's the last thing I'll say about it. And, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I kind of feel like Nintendo's like, yo, the Switch is selling like gangbusters. Yo, let's fucking, hey, Jim, you remember that Nintendo Labo idea that you had? Let's try it. We can't fail now. It can only be the only direction we can move is up from here.
Right.
We have millions. So
they also mentioned too, like part of it is they want to expand their market to
base.
More than just gamers, and that's it caters to like more like the STEM stuff, like science, technology, and all that. Yeah.
That was more along the lines of what they were trying with the Wii as well. Like they were trying to appeal to like everyone, like especially like they had like Wii Fit, and Wii Sports,
people that don't consider themselves quote gamers.
Right. They wanted to appeal to everybody, and I mean, I think that shit worked like crazy. My in-laws had a Wii in their house. The only reason they had a Wii in their house was because they bought Wii Fit.
Oh, I was about to say Wii bowling, baby.
Yeah, Wii Fit. That's the only reason they had it in their house, and I'm like, wow. I think they still have it. And I'm like, man. Like everybody's got a fucking Wii in. Everybody had a fucking Wii in their house. Well, almost everybody, but it's like, man. So I think this is gonna be great. This might, like you said, go a lot farther than they think it's gonna go. Like it's gonna be something.
Yeah, I'm very interested.
It's a cardboard box.
It's more than that, Frank. It's a piano. It's a fishing reel. So whatever you want it to be.
It's a robot suit.
Hell yeah.
It's a robot suit that uses a fishing reel. No shit.
Yo,
it's a robot suit that is a fishing reel that plays the piano. What? Yo, what if the piano keys were the robot's fingers? What?
Oh my God.
That was holding a fishing reel to pick up the piano. Oh shit.
Oh God.
Yo.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah. So I mean, this is gonna go far. This is genius. Real thoughts. This is gonna be something. Great.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
For something that might not be genius, there are rumors going around that one, they're going to make a Duke Nukem movie, which is like, I don't know. I feel like we're like 20 years too late on that train. Also part of this rumor is that one, John Cena is rumored or in talks to star as the titular character, Duke Nukem.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, I just got something quick to say. So on this article, I don't see a picture of this John Cena that you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I see a picture, but I see what you're doing.
So, see, I wasn't sure if you were aware, but again, I don't see a picture here. I just see. So I see the.
I'll try refreshing, Frank. Here. I'm sure that'll help.
All right, let me try it right now. Hold on. Let me. Okay, the picture's reloading. Yep, still no picture. I see a caption. I see Duke Nukem's picture at the top. And
scroll down a little bit.
So I'm scrolling down. I see the text, and then I just see a blank space.
Interesting.
I don't even see his name. I just see the image credit. To Getty Images. That's it. That's all I see. I don't see anything.
That's crazy, man. You should probably uninstall that ad blocker you got going on there because it's doing some weird shit.
Yo, I don't know, man. But okay, all right. Well, I mean, yeah, it's reported as news, so I'll believe it.
Okay.
I just don't see John Cena supporting this at all. I don't see him.
Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, this is reportedly in works, and it's going to be done under production company Platinum Dunes, which is apparently one of Michael Bay's production companies. So he's going to be someone involved with that.
Okay.
Yeah, and
seems appropriate.
I guess maybe the look is appropriate. I don't know if he can. If he has that core Duke Nukem despicableness.
Oh, probably not.
In him, but
no, most probably not. No.
The other thing I wanted to mention as part of this was we have some quotes from one John St. John, who is famously the voice of Duke Nukem in the video games, and he, I think he took to Facebook and said, quote, "Don't let Hollywood and Michael Bay kill my character. Video game movies that are not CG are generally not very good, and R-rated CG would be the best way to maintain the King's character. I've been Duke since 1995 and would like it to stay that way. Please share and tweet this with me. We won't let this happen."
All right, Mr. St. John, we appreciate the work that you've done, but sadly to say it's already happening.
Listen, man, he's got this one thing going for him. I understand.
I'm all for it.
Hold on to it.
I'm all for it.
But
I'm all for that. I mean, and I'm sure he's just trying to get work, he wants to really bring the character to life in film.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, yeah.
I share his sentiment. I'm like, please. Please no. But okay.
Yeah, generally, I'm just like, no, this is all bad. Just the fact that they're making Duke Nukem into a movie is, I don't know if that fits in 2018. This is all bizarre. I don't know if you have any other thoughts on this whole thing that's happening here.
So I've tried refreshing this page for quite a bit now.
Listen, he's there. Just trust me.
Yo, I can't see him. I can't see him.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, this is horrible. so I hope that this, I don't know. I would say I hope this works out.
It feels like we've been here before with other video game
dumpster
movies.
Fire. Yeah, I mean, and to St. John when he said video game movies that are not CG are generally not very good. Well, I think that applies to video game movies in general.
Or just a lot of the rumors about other video game movies have not produced anything so far. There was the Uncharted thing that was rumored for a while and had changed hands a bunch of times. The Metal Gear Solid thing had a director tied to it, but who knows where that's at this point?
Apparently, the guy who directed Kong Skull Island is going to be directing Metal Gear Solid movie.
Right, but that was
he was talking to Kojima at E3.
That was announced I don't know, a year or two ago.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
I haven't heard anything since.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah. Video game movies in general, at least the ones that are out, are not very good. I mean, we had Assassin's Creed that I think is the latest outing of a video game film, video game based film, and that was a mess.
I have not seen
Straight
it, but
up
I have
mess.
heard terrible things.
Don't bother. Don't do it.
I don't plan on it.
Don't do it. Yeah, don't waste your time.
The best probably video game movie that came out ever is probably Wreck-It Ralph, and that wasn't even based on an actual video game.
It wasn't based on an actual game. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, or we won't see, because I still can't see nothing.
God damn it. Well, speaking of stuff that you can't see is you won't be seeing a 2018 release of Anthem that EA and BioWare are making because that has been pushed back to 2019.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't really find this surprising. I guess this is news, but they also said, I think back in E3 2017, that this game was set to be launched in the 2018 window, and that's not happening. So it seems like it's getting pushed to like early 2019, probably in that same fourth quarter.
But it's not a delay. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
But it's not a delay, and I'm like, yes, it is. It's fine. Just
they can kind of get away with that because maybe they're talking about fiscal 2018, which ends in March 2019.
19, yeah.
So I don't know. It's a weird thing. They I don't know why they even go out of the way to say hey, no, this is not a delay. This is all according to schedule. We're just this. Well, actually, I have a quote here from Andrew House, who says, quote, regardless of how it's being portrayed, we're not look at. This is a weirdly worded quote. Hold on.
I think we're not looking at that as a delay.
Regardless of how it's being portrayed, we're not look at that as a delay. We've chosen to launch Anthem in the fourth quarter. The date is chosen by portfolio balance, not product readiness, end quote. Which, again, is a weird thing to kind of distinguish that, it's not a delay. It's not like we're not, behind on schedule. It's fine. We're just pushing it back because it's better for our portfolio and better for our stockholders and stuff. But I know a lot of people have been looking forward to this game because it's the BioWare prestige, and also it's got that EA drama behind it because they've been kind of fucking up the past couple games that they released. So they're running, I don't know, on a very little goodwill right now. So it's it almost feels like a lot of is running on Anthem to do well. I don't know if you have any thoughts or care that this is being delayed or the state of what's happening.
I'm not. Yeah, I was slightly enthused by the reveal, the premiere of it. But I'm not and if it takes a while, hopefully, to make a better game, I think that's just generic program response in cases like this, where it's just if it takes a little longer to make a better game, then so be it. People can wait.
Yeah.
We already have so much going on already with everything else, with all these other games that we need to play. So we're not tripping.
And they've shown so little so far, anyway. So
they only showed that one thing at the premiere. So it's only been about 6 or 7 months since then. So it's fine.
Yeah.
I do kind of want to see, because the director resigned. I believe it was August of last year.
Well, he was the general manager of the BioWare studio. I don't know how that ties into the game specifically. I don't know that he was creative director or whatever on the game.
Yeah, he was.
But the studio head left. Yeah, Aaron Flynn.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully hopefully they got somebody. Oh, it actually says that Casey Hudson, who's apparently been in Mass Effect development for a while.
Yep.
So, so that should be good, hopefully.
Yeah, it was weird that announcement happened. It happened a while ago, but yeah, Casey Hudson is now back at BioWare, and he, basically launched and was the steward of the original Mass Effect trilogy. So, I don't know. Here's hoping, I guess. Because what they've shown so far looked promising, but again, it's still very early. And yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you. Like, I don't really care if it gets delayed as long as we get a good game. I really wish Andromeda got delayed because we probably would have gotten some better out of that whole thing.
Yeah, that was definitely a flop, like financially and critically. Didn't work.
Yep. But other than that, we've got other news, maybe a little bit sad news, because Epic Games, they're shutting down their MOBA Paragon. They're killing it because apparently Fortnite is doing so well, they don't need anything else. So they're going to axe Paragon, and they're going to take Paragon offline April 26th of this year. And it's crazy. I don't know. It seems like they made some kind of major changes not too long ago with their like card system and everything, and it seemed like they wanted to go in a new direction with the game. But it felt like one of their biggest hurdles that they never got over was them trying to bring on new players and try to like properly teach them the game. So I don't know if that's part of like what held them back with this, but yeah, I mean, the good news about this is that they are saying that they're going to give people full refunds for the game, because even though it was like technically always in beta, it never left beta, but there was, if you want to get early access, you could buy like the game for $60 or whatever it was, or they had like different tiers where the more you bought, the like more stuff you got in game. So there are actually links in this article if you have put some money in Paragon that you can maybe check out, see if you can get your refund on. But yeah, it seems kind of crazy. This kind of coming out of left field, and they're just like, "Yep, this is over. Sorry, guys." Because I know a lot of people were like invested in this game and wanted to see it like come to full fruition, but I guess that's not the case. But I know you never got the chance to check it out, but I spent some time with Paragon, but I haven't played in a long time. But yeah, it seemed promising when I played it back then. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. It feels like I don't know if it's like a weird byproduct of like this whole early access model where they start to make a game and then, you know, ask people to buy into it, and then now I don't know how people are going to feel like going forward for more or other early access games, because especially like, you know, this one was backed by Epic. You're like, all right, this is a big name. Like, this seems like a safe bet, and it didn't turn out for this one. So it's like, I don't know if this affects people later down the line where they're like, maybe I don't want to spend money on this. Maybe I got lucky that I'm even getting a refund this time. Who knows what happens in the future with other like projects, or even like with Fortnite right now. But yeah, I don't know. I'll leave it to you if you have any other thoughts on this.
Not really. I would just say the character designs look pretty cool in this game. But besides that, it's sad that anything gets shut down. Yeah. But you know, it's all about that money. So. Yep. Yeah. But I mean, they already have Fortnite. Fortnite's doing well enough, so you know it's fine, I guess. On that front. Yeah, it just sucks too because it feels like a big reason that Fortnite is doing so well is because they aped the battle royale mode from PUBG, and they offer that for free in Fortnite, while base Fortnite is still early access that you have to pay to get into. I believe that's still the case. It's a whole fucking weird thing, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's just where we are right now. It's the way of things, but yeah, I think with that's going to wrap it up for headlines this week. All right, so now we're going to move on into new upcoming releases, and Alex is going to go ahead and talk some more, so you get to hear his voice. My lovely voice. Yeah, sultry. I'm glad you appreciate it. So we're going to catch up with some stuff that came out last week. So for the week of January 23rd, which has already passed, a few things came out, one of which is Iconoclasts for the PlayStation 4, the Vita, and the PC. Lost Sphere for PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC.
OK KO Let's Play Heroes for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Batman: The Enemy Within Episode 4, What Ails You, is available now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. We got DLC for Assassin's Creed Origins, The Hidden Ones. That's available now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. We've also got Chroma Gun out for the Switch, Subnautica for the PC. I've been hearing a lot of people raving about that. The Aquatic Adventure of the Last Human is out for the PlayStation 4. Atomic Run Gun Jump Gun is available now for the Switch. Celeste is another game that people have been raving about. I really want to check this out, but that is now out for PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. And we've also got Strikers 1945 2 for the Nintendo Switch. Zero Gunner 2, also for the Nintendo Switch. As you already know, Dragon Ball FighterZ is now out for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
That shit is out?
It is.
What?
It is out, as is Monster Hunter World.
Yo, that shit is out too?
Yep, but only for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I feel now I'm kind of waiting for the PC, I think, because I was looking at some videos of loading times for the PlayStation 4 version. I'm like,
not looking good.
It seems fine if you have a solid state drive in a PlayStation 4 Pro, but I don't have a PlayStation 4 Pro.
Vanilla PS4. Yeah. I have a vanilla PS4, so that might not work out so great.
Yeah. Also, Celeste came out for the Xbox One, and Pokemon Crystal version came out on the Virtual Console for the 3DS, as did a new Nintendo 2DS XL Pikachu Edition. If you're a hardware nerd, that's available now, I believe, for $160 US. And they also came out with the Glacier White PlayStation 4 Pro system. I know some people like the white version better. That came out last week as well for $400 for a 1 terabyte version of that. But that about does it for what came out last week. Now we can talk about this week. We have A Semblance came out, or is out now for the Xbox One. Dissidia Final Fantasy NT is now out for the PlayStation 4.
I want to check that out.
Did you mess with the beta at all?
No, because it was going on at the same time as Dragon Ball FighterZ beta, so no. The whole time was obsessed with that.
Yep, I noticed.
Yeah.
Also out this week is UFC 3 Champions Edition. Champions Edition translates into, hey, pay more money and you get to play it a couple days early. So just FYI. But that's out now for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We got DLC for Call of Duty World War II. The Resistance is out now only for PlayStation 4. I don't know what the exclusivity deal on that is, but it's timed exclusive for PlayStation 4 at the moment. Also out this week is Cold Iron for PlayStation VR. Out of Ammo, also for PlayStation and VR. Pokken Tournament DX is also getting their first bit of DLC, the Battle Pack Wave 1. For the Nintendo Switch, that includes... It's not Blastoise. That comes in March, but you get the battle character Aegislash, and it comes with some support Pokemon. I know Mimikyu is one of those supports. But that's out now. And then March comes with Blastoise and Mew and Celebi. So for the old school heads, that you'll have to wait for a little bit more longer for that one. But we also got out this week 3D Mini Golf for the Switch. Eterno Blade, also for the Switch. Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age, is now out for the PC. You get to enjoy that game in 60 frames a second and all that.
So that's a possibility.
Night in the Woods is making its way to the Nintendo Switch. That's a game I've been meaning to get to myself. Skyforce Reloaded is also out now for the Switch. SteamWorld Dig, also out for the Switch. And we've got a couple of Friday releases this week as well. First of which is the aforementioned UFC 3 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That's the vanilla version of that. And finally, Nightmares from the Deep 3, Davy Jones, comes out on Friday for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And seeing as it is the beginning of another month, we've got some Games with Gold games for you for the Xbox side if you have a gold subscription. For the month of February 2018, you can get with your gold subscription Shadow Warrior for the Xbox One for the entirety of the month of February, from the 1st to the 28th. And Assassin's Creed Chronicles India, also for the Xbox One. You can grab that between February 16th and March 15th. You can also get, for both Xbox One and 360, Split Second for the first half of the month, February 1st through the 15th. And then Crazy Taxi for both Xbox One and 360. That you can grab from February 16th through the 28th. PlayStation Plus goes live next week, so we'll talk about that then. But other than that, that will do it for all the new releases and everything else for this week.
Ooh, well, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while.
It has. It has been a while.
I know. So that means we are done with this episode. So before we officially go, we would like you to visit InnerCityGeeks.com, which is where we are located and where we have a bunch of stuff sometimes regarding everything geek. You can visit our YouTube channel, which is Good Games Podcast, and we have some of our older episodes on there, and you can also listen to this episode on there as well. If you want to listen to it again, or you just might have found it on there, we're there as well. You can also listen to us on iTunes, where you can leave us a review. It's the best thing that you can do for us. Just let us know what you're thinking of the show. If you like it, if you don't like it, leave us a review. It'll help us out to, improve or not. And you can also basically listen to us where all podcasts are available. So we listen to places like Stitcher Radio and Google Play. And I also want to encourage everyone that if you are going to do any kind of Amazon shopping, that you go to InnerCityGeeks.com first. Click on that banner on the right hand side of the page. It'll take you to Amazon. And then when you buy whatever it is that you were going to buy, a little bit of that will come back towards us to provide more show and more content just for you. And you can reach us on all of the social media outlets, mainly Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at InnerCityGeeks. The Twitter for this show is at Good Game Podcast. And you can also email us at goodgamespodcast@gmail.com. And so that is gonna about do it for this one. We're gonna say goodbye. And in leaving, as always, we say good games, everybody.
Good games.